everyone. My name is David Ruffner, and I am live here in Washington, D.C. I thought I would do my discussion today on Thrive Counseling and Life Coaching located in Baltimore, Maryland, just right up the street. Thrive was started by a man named AJ Centaur. He really wanted to change the counseling profession by receiving surveys from not only clients but counselors. And what they focus on Thrive Counseling is person centered therapy, cognitive behavior therapy, and EMDR therapy. Thrive is under the Maryland Department of Health Board of Professional Counselors and Therapists. In Maryland, they really strive about client confidentiality. And Thrive really puts this in their informed consent. They mention about keeping their clients' information confidential. Now, they do have to release that client information if the client is threatening to harm themselves or a minor or someone else. And Maryland also mentions that stipulation in their rules and regulations as well. Also, Maryland really strives on client autonomy. They say that in their rules and regulations that the client has the right to choose whether they want their services, whether they want to terminate their services. And Thrive mentions this several times in their form consent that their clients always have the right to terminate services or refuse services if so need be. It was also interesting because I really enjoyed the discussion when we read about Remley and Harley in their book Ethical, Legal, and Professional Issues in Counseling. They talk about the difference between laws and ethics, and I never really knew that dichotomy. That they posit that there's few conflicts between ethics and laws, that the laws are created by law workers, but these ethical practices are created by organizations to keep the profession alive. And so, as we know, with counselors, we use the ACA Code of Ethics. And I was looking at the ACA Code of Ethics, and I was happy to see that yes, Thrive does provide the informed consent. A to A of the ACA Code of Ethics, they complete that. That's good. So they do offer informed consent at Thrive. Also, they follow A to B, and they follow it well. All services that they provide are stated, and also they mention the role of technology. And Thrive does a great job of mentioning, hey, if you choose to work with us on a technical platform, we're letting you know these issues could happen. Someone could hack in, someone could listen. That's a third party that we don't know about, but we're just letting you know that in our informed consent. And I really appreciate that Thrive Counseling did that. One thing, and I really wanted, and my practice is called District Piedmont Palms in the future. I wanted to use Thrive's informed consent form, but I noticed one thing. Thrive did not put A to C in their section, which talks about diversity and cultural competence. Simmons, Lilly, and Cunley mention in their book, An Introduction to Counseling, that counselors must be culturally competent. That we as counselors not only need to study the different cultures, or about different genders, about different socioeconomic statuses that we don't know about, but we need to build those experiences with our clients. And we could build those experiences during the informed consent. We could know more about their culture or ask them if they're willing to share more about their gender, or if they're comfortable sharing more about their socioeconomic background, so we as counselors can know how we can deal with that client. In Corinthians 9 2 through 11, it says, to the Jews I become like a Jew to win the Jews. To those under the law I become under the law, though myself I'm not under the law, so as to win those under the law. So here in the Bible, it clearly states cultural competence, that we have to just gain those experiences. And it's not just learning, about a different culture that we don't know about. That is part of cultural competence, but we have to gain those experiences with the client. And that's the only thing Thrive did not have. They didn't follow, or they didn't have that A to C in the ethics in their informed consent. But it was just so interesting when we did the reading on Rimley and Harley in their book Ethical, Legal, and Professional Issues in Counseling. It's just interesting to see that you do have to abide by the law, and Thrive is abiding by Maryland's law. But they don't have that best practice in there. And I really wonder if they had that, if they add that cultural competence, would they be just a better, more influential counseling service? But let me know y'all's thoughts. I love you all, and we're going to do this together, and we are all in Christ and got this. Love you and see you. Bye.